RV Life by far has the best trip planning software out there, and today we are going to look at some new and exciting changes that have just come out. Hey everyone, this is David with Tigner Adventures, and today we're going to be talking trip planning. So I am using RV Life's Trip Wizard. I have been using this software for over 7 years now, and I'll tell you, there has been some new and exciting changes that have just come out, and I'm just going to kind of highlight those in this video, give you some ideas of what's going on. One of the things I love about this company is that they're always trying to make the software better based on our suggestions that we give them. And this is our map of our trip this year that we're currently on. You can see that we are going all around the whole country here, and we are using RV Trip Wizard to do all of that planning, and also their app on our phone to do all of our navigating. So when it comes to experience with Trip Wizard, we've got it, and we're here to share that with you. First thing I wanted to point out to you is this new, it's kind of subtle change that they've made here, but if you notice when I open up my map, it automatically comes up to the date that where I'm at within my trip. And I think that, it's a subtle change, but it's pretty cool that it comes here, because it used to be all the way back here, and I'd have to go through here and try to find the date of where I'm at so I could make changes and things, because our trip is always changing. It's very fluid, and as we go along, we find things to see, we add those on the map, we delete things. Our daughter is going to have a new grandchild this fall, and so we had to delete off a bunch of things off our trip. So we're always modifying our trip, and that's one of the things we love about this software, because it's very easy and simple to make changes and things to the software. So this little subtle change makes it simple because it just jumps right there. Now, if you are currently not subscribed to Trip Wizard, then you can check out our different videos. We have a whole playlist of videos that we have shown over the years of how do we plan our trips, tips and tricks on using the software and things like that, so you can get a better view of how this all works and if this might be a fit for you. Once you decide that it is a good fit for you, then if you use this QR code or our link in our description below and sign up, then you get a 25% discount on your first year. And then once you're signed up with RV Life, they'll send you an email with a link to their master classes, and you'll get even more training available through those master classes that you can view and learn how to use this. But we are continuing to make videos, training people, helping out everyone that we can, show things that we find and things like that. So please subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up for our videos. We appreciate that. Make any comments, anything to help us get out onto YouTube itself is always appreciated. And that way you keep up to date with what we're doing and what's coming up on our future videos. The next thing that is pretty exciting, and we mentioned it in our last video, is right up here at the top left. It says overnights only. And in this new version, we are running the new version of Trip Wizard. You do have the option to still run the old version if you want to right now, but I encourage you to get going on the new version. We started using this after our last video, and we have been using the new version constantly since then, and we've grown to really love it because it works very well. And the biggest complaint that people had is that all it showed there was just our camping spots, and you'll see here that we have all of these, and it's nice because it's very easy to see what we have locked in and maybe what we don't have locked in. So these are all reserved sites that we have right now, and it's very easy to see them. We now have this option up here at the top that has a drop down there, and we can say that we want to see all our stops. And so if we click that, then you'll notice that a lot of other things show up here besides just our camping spots. And so we can now toggle back and forth between that. And so that makes it really simple for planning and seeing what's going on and making additions and things like that. There was some complaints in my last video. They said, oh, they just added a ton of extra steps to add things in. Well, this eliminates those steps. So you can choose to see all stops, and then you can add stops in right from this screen. So it's just a one-click add. Now on the map here, if you notice, we used to be at Holly Point Campground and we moved to this Forest Lake Campground, which was a total of 112 miles. It can take 2 hours and 12 minutes. It has 2 stops, so it tells us that right up front. But now if I click on this overnights only and I change it to all stops, you'll notice that I leave Holly Point, I'm going to this fuel station, it's 10 miles, then we're going to go see the Little Sally Troll, 76 miles away, and then 26 more miles to our actual stop. So it automatically adjusts that mileage and breaks that all down into simple stops that we can kind of manage as far as how that trip is going to progress for today. And that's pretty exciting because we can keep adding entries in there. And to do that, I'm going to actually come up here and I'm going to click on this trips option at the very top of the screen. And I have made a copy of my trip so that I don't mess up my real trip for this video. But I'm just going to open that up for you right here. And you'll notice that it's jumped right to my trip today. I modified this trip so that today is our departing date for our next location, which is going to be this Green Mountain 1,000 Trails. And even though up here at the top it says overnights only, and if I look through this, the rest of this, all that's showing up there is overnights only. For today, because we're traveling today, it shows everything that we are doing today. So it breaks it out to make it so that I can see what's going on here without even making that selection. And all it's doing is working with this one option right here for today. And the thing I wanted to show you is now, for those that were complaining that there was too many steps to add more entries, you'll notice right here, this is my options for today. If I want to add something in here, I've already put a stop 1, but if I just click here, I can add the next stop. And so it's very simple to add more things in there, and it's just one click away. So this is my one stop for today, and I want to add a stop right over here. So I'm just going to right click there and I'm just going to create a custom stop. So I wanted to point out how this portion of it works. So we're going to be, in this case, near Hickory, North Carolina, and I'm just going to change this to be stop number 2. So stop 2. And then I'm just going to say, they give you these options of things that you can say what it is. I'm just going to say it's going to be another attraction. Now, right here, every time you add a stop, it always defaults to 1 night, or unless you're doing fuel or something like that, sometimes that will be 0. But if this comes up 1, you'll notice that if I click on this, add this stop after, if I click on that, you'll notice that all these stops up here are all grayed out. And the first place that I can actually add a stop is clear down here on stop number 71. Well, that's way out there. I really want to add this stop right in here, actually right up in here, and it's all gray. So why is that working that way? And the reason for that is because I'm trying to add a night, and everything up until that point is all reserved. So it won't let me put things in there if I already have the night reserved. I can't add another night in there. So I'm not going to mess up, you know, where I'm staying and add another night in there without going and fixing the issue as far as an overnight stay is concerned. But when you're just adding individual stops, the best thing to do then is you just click on this, and so it's minus, now I mean it's 0 number of nights. And then at that point, if I click on that same add after stop, you'll notice that all of these stops up here, now I can add this anywhere within my whole trip. And so I can come up here and find where I'm actually at, which is right there's my stop 1. And so I want to add this after stop 1 is where I want to put the entry. So I just put stop 1 there and I say add custom stop, and then it will go through and update the map, redraw it to accommodate that stop 1, especially if it's off my route. In this case, I put it right on the route for the most part. But if it's way off the route somewhere, then it adjusts it automatically. And over here on the left now, it shows stop 1, stop 2, and then I arrive. So this is my whole travel day right here, and it's all broke down And you can see I also have on my travel day a listing of my elevations right here, which is really, really handy because this is a close-up. Because if you look at my overall elevation of my trip, it's based for my whole trip. And so I don't get that granularity that I can get on my travel day. So that's pretty cool. So all of these changes are pretty exciting. I'm excited about them. And you know, I know there's a lot of subscribers out there. You guys are going to be excited about these changes also. Now, if you're not a subscriber of RV Life yet, I do have a playlist of a lot of videos that you can go through, and I actually show you how we create our trips, and I give you a lot of tips and tricks on things to do to help plan out your trip, so you can kind of see if this will work for you or not. Once you are decided that you want to go ahead and subscribe, if you use this QR code, it'll save you 25% off, or you can click on the link within our description. It'll save you 25% off your very first year. And once you get signed up, then you'll be sent a link by RV Life with a lot of their master classes, videos that teach you how to use the software too. So there's a lot of training out there available to you anytime you actually want to use it. So anyway, at this point, I think this is going to be pretty cool. I'm going to check it out a little bit more and see what other options they've included in this new update. And I will get back to you with those updates as I find those. But in the meantime, thanks for coming along with me today. Hopefully this has been beneficial for you. If you have not yet done so, please give us a thumbs up for this video, and subscribe, make comments, let us know what you think of these new changes, and maybe some other questions that you have that we can talk about in our future videos. But we just want to thank you for coming along with us, following us on our exciting trip as we move around the country. But for now, we'll just say goodbyes and hope to see you on our next video or somewhere down the road. So take care.